Okay. Yes. It looks like, yes, it's recording. Okay. Welcome. I apologize. I've got terrible lighting in my room today. I want to go over really quickly our October calendar. One thing that the Diamonds and I have tried to do was collectively come up with a calendar that looks the same for everybody. You may have different groups because your Diamond Upline or Star Diamond Upline may be doing a group of your own, but we are going to be on the same page for things. That makes it really easy because if you are in our big team page for Beautifully Made Family and you see this calendar and then you see something else in your team page, you're just like, what is actually happening? So some things I just want to point out for October. Can you believe it's October? This is so crazy. Okay, so today's the 1st and Melissa is hosting tonight. And then the 15th, we also have the combined big team call. On off weeks, if you are anybody in our downline is welcome to join the 8th and the 22nd for that working power hour that I will be doing. Also, I know Perfectly Imperfect, they do their team call on those off weeks. A 30-day breakaway coach launch is Monday. Guys, it's Monday. So make sure you get those Instagram stories up. Make sure you are talking about it like crazy. Go for a jog this weekend and talk about it. And yeah, so then we've got a sneak peek into coaching on the 12th. And we extended the Dash to Diamond pot deadline to the 14th. So I will be hosting that last week. So now you have one extra week. The pot is now $1,050. Insane. So if you hit Diamond by then, you get entered in to win that. And if you're the only Diamond, then that's a big freaking payout. Heck freaking yeah. I mean, shoot, if there's, multiple people, it's going to be freaking awesome. And then 30-day breakaway customer launch is October 19th. And if we are going to do a prep week for the 30-day breakaway challenge group starting on the 19th, and the actual group starts on the 26th. New Coach Basics call Tuesday the 20th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and Push to Emerald call 9 p.m. on Tuesday the 27th. So that is just a quick rundown of things to expect. I'm going to introduce Melissa last, but she is talking about tonight. She'll be talking about the topic is Discount Coach Queen turned Boss Babe Recruiter. And I've got some new coaches. We have so many coaches that have been added to our team last month, but honestly, just this past week has been insane. I logged in just to my First Business Center, and it was like 40 new coaches in the past week. So super awesome. Welcome, Christy. I don't know why these graphics don't have our team logo on it, but I didn't have time. We're just rolling with it. So welcome, Christy. Welcome, Bethany. These are all my personally sponsored coaches. Welcome, Lisa and Shannon. I have a couple more that are going to be signing up this week. Super exciting. Welcome for Team Align. Welcome, Corey and Olivia. So welcome to our tribe, and welcome Erica for Dime Dynasty. Got cut off a little bit down there. Sorry. And then this is for Fit for My Family. So welcome Stacy and Jennifer and Aubrey and Jamie and Lindsay and Olga. These are all Melissas. It just keeps going. And Melissa. And this one is so exciting. So Team Challenge Champions newest Emerald is Dee. Congrats, Dee. That is so exciting. But what's so exciting is that this is Tanya, Dee is Hannah Day's grandbaby coach. And Dee's coach is Tanya, who was at our retreat and went all in after that. And not only has a new coach, but a coach who is now Emerald. So way to go, Tanya. This is why you guys get to live events. Seriously, it lights a fire in you like none other. Tanya, that is absolutely incredible that you're seeing duplication in your downline. Way to go. And congrats to Melissa for being official team builder as of August. I don't know. I'm at least a month behind. So congrats, whenever it was. I'm amazing. but so are you. And congrats, Rachel, for hitting team leader. This is a big deal. So congrats to you both. That is so awesome. Just another stepping stone to Premier and Elite. And our top 10 coaches of the week that I will be posting and tagging y'all on Instagram. Congrats to Melissa for being coach of the week. And for the other 9 coaches, we have Rachel, Danny, Casey, Chloe, hey girl, Carolyn, Hannah, Heather, Jessica, and Lindsay. So super exciting to see these new faces on this board, and way to go. Congratulations to all of you. Anybody in our downline can be on this board. So just show up, help people get results, and do the same, and you have a chance to be on this board. Okay. Top recruiters for September. Jess Rio has 7. Is freaking insane. She is such a hustler. I love it. And Becky Downing has 7. And I'm pretty sure she hit Emerald last month as well. So like, that's just incredible. Like, I don't know if it was her first month or what, but she herself hit Emerald for the first time in September and then went on to sign 7 coaches. Just like absolutely insane. Hannah killing it with 6 recruits, Melissa with 5, Sarah with 5, myself and Natalie with 4, Liz McKenna with her first 3 coaches. Congrats, Nancy, Nicole, and Rachel and Carolyn, all with 3 coach recruits. Awesome. Addie, Jennifer, Kelly, Krenisha, Laura, Lindsay, Sammy, Savannah, Shannon, Shayla, and Hannah, all with 2 recruits. So way to go. That is all I have. And Melissa, who is a 1-star diamond coach, she's been a coach for 6 years. She has such an incredible story, and she is so great at telling her story. So make sure that you follow her, take a look at her, and Sissy, take it away.
Unmute myself there. And I'm going to give Liz a shout out. She's officially Emerald today. We didn't have her fancy graphic, but yay.
Wait, stop. I messaged Chelsea last night to remind her, and I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Anyone can be a coach. It's okay. It's our team slogan. Sometimes I still get butterflies when I have to talk about things. And it's literally all I do. But tonight I want to talk to you guys about the biggest shift that has happened since the retreat. But I need to backtrack a little bit because it's not that I just started doing the things at the retreat. So I started using the Success Club app, the SC BAT app, in August, and I'm obsessed. I tried on the paper, I would do it, I wouldn't get the whole thing filled, it wouldn't really matter, I would lose the paper, I don't know. I was never super consistent with it. So I've been consistent with whether all 4 circles are closed in or not. I've been consistent with checking in my BAT every day. And what I've noticed is even when I was camping with my family, I was still like doing like polls and interactions and like product things. And I was like doing all of that, like shout outs. I was like, oh, did I do my shout out today? Like it's a Saturday, it's a Sunday. So I was getting super consistent with all that stuff, even before this. So it's not that I just started doing the things. I was doing the work, but I wasn't showing and talking about the work. So I want you to know the why behind this, and I'm going to share it to you. And this is one of my gifts. So this was I'm coming up on my 7th year anniversary of being a coach, if you count from when I started as Discount. And I've been to all of the summits since. I've been to every Success Club trip, minus one Punta Cana and the one that got canceled. I've been to every leadership retreat. And I've never had a tribe with me. Other than my husband, it's only ever been me. And I sat around that circle and I wrote down a limiting belief that maybe you were only made to come this far. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't. When I said it out loud and I threw it into the fire, I said, you have so much more to give. You are so much more than someone who goes somewhere by themselves. Even if you stand out, you are not alone. And I knew there was so much more to give. I have mastered sharing my journey with our products and my physical journey, and I've mastered helping women get results. I have 6 women who've lost 100 pounds, and I have about 12 that are pushing for my 100-pound club. We're making t-shirts. Brooke's making them. I'm super excited. I want to do the same in my business, because the challenge groups and the products and the programs are not all that have changed me and that have saved me. If anything, they're just the tip of the iceberg. I want to give more women this, because this is what saved me from myself. And I think it saved all of us from ourselves. And I want you to think about that. And I hope that you feel something, and I hope that it's creating something in you, that you are picturing yourself sitting around that fire with your women, with your tribe. And this is why we share the stories. And this is why we share the feelings, to make people feel the things, because that is what makes them take action. That is what makes them watch you. That is what makes them do the things, is the feeling, is the connection. So you need to share and get specific about one detail, one feeling, and share one feeling at a time. It doesn't have to be the whole story. It's going to take you your entire life to tell that. Okay? So that is the why. I don't want to sniff the whole time, so let me blow my nose. Sorry. I have tissues on my desk, of course. Because this is what I do. Okay. So let's talk about the how, now that I made you feel all the things. All right. So what my biggest takeaway from being in the house with the diamonds before everyone else came was that I am doing the work, but I'm not showing that I'm doing the work. And I need to show that I'm doing the work if I want people who are going to do the work, right? I'm a tough love kind of coach. Like, I don't lie to my people. I tell them the journey's going to be hard. I tell them the workouts, it's going to be hard, the nutrition, all of it. They're going to have to fight for it. But yet I don't approach my business in the same way. Why? I was living under the lie that you bring people into this business how you were brought in. And I I was too scared to do anything. And I needed fixed. And I came in as a discount coach, but it's been 7 years. I'm not that woman anymore. I have more to give. So I started sharing. We're going to start with stories. Okay, I'm going to break this down by stories, social media posts, and then my invites and how they've changed in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so starting with the stories, first, my story views have been down, like so down. So don't use the algorithm excuse with me. Like, I used to have hundreds and now I'm like 75. What is this? Like, down. So less people are watching my stories than ever before right now. But still working. So I saw somewhere that you should always have a minimum of 5 stories of you talking into the camera. And so I try to remember that, because with my depression comes me trying to shy away sometimes, where I don't want to actually like have my face in the video camera. So I do try to make sure that I'm speaking into the camera at least for a minute. That's 4. every day. And do add some captions, because I am that person that I love it. Like if I'm listening or watching your stories, I'm probably not listening to it because I'm laying next to my kids. So I like to add a little caption on there. But I started talking about what I was doing. I wasn't just saying, oh, nap time hustle, or Cora's sleeping, I'm going to go do some work now. I started to get specific and break it down into my stories. I took some notes, but I'm just going to go through some of the stories because it's probably going to be easier if I do it that way and can give examples. These are just screenshots. And they're in Messenger because I'm not fancy and Chelsea's messaging me. So anybody could be a coach. My anxiety was too bad. I couldn't even put together a PowerPoint. Don't worry, you can recruit coaches too. You don't have to be fancy. People will love you just how you are. So I'm going to have the worst faces in these because my face does a lot of things when I talk. So this is your enjoyment. So this is a segment that I was talking about getting ready to go upstairs, and you can see I'm making my mocktail. I have all my things in mason jars, which I love because now there are 0 product names on any of my stuff, and it looks super pretty on my counter. But it's my Beachbody bar since I can't have a real bar. And so I was talking about that I was going to go upstairs and do a power hour. And then I talked about what a power hour is. I say, so we get on for 60 minutes, and it's really just nice to get stuff done. And this is where I take time to work on my business. So I'm checking in with my current challengers and coaches. I'm checking in with women who are getting ready to start my boot camps and start my mentorship. I'm replying to some emails about people who had questions about my mentorship. I need to go through my forms, my applications that were filled out. But then really this power hour is about me doing the activities that move my business forward. And that was kind of the gist of that 1-minute story. And so I broke it down other than just saying, oh, I'm going to go upstairs and do a power hour. They don't know what the heck a power hour is. Heck, I didn't know what a power hour is until like maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, like, sorry. People know what Zoom is now thanks to COVID, but that's about it. And then this one. So obviously some of my pictures and my stories have been about the trip. And this one I said, I love to show off the trips and the amazing community is the caption. And the words was like, so like the trips and the photo shoots and the swag and all the stuff, that's the sexy part of the business. But there's a lot of work involved too. And it's not hard work, but you have to show up every day. And that is where it can get hard because you have to be self-motivated and driven to show up every day, even when you're having a bad day. So it's not hard work, but it does take work and dedication to build this business, to earn the trips. And then this one was just a reminder that you do not need to be done up or perfect to build a successful business, because I had been working all day and my rosacea is like in full flare right now, and I don't ever wear makeup. The next story was actually saying, funny story, I haven't worn makeup or needed my makeup since I was in a wedding 6 weeks ago. Like I left it there and it's getting mailed back to me. So obviously, and that's my tribe. And that's going to be my tribe, because I am not someone who's going to do my hair and do my makeup unless I have a photo shoot. So you share whatever it is that is you about this business. But the point is that you're sharing the details in the stories. Then it was just a quick boomerang. Elsie was doing school over here. Cora's laying on the bed with the iPad, and I had my lunch and we were all working in the room. So it was me, mom life, doing my power hour. And this was like the day after I explained what a power hour was in my stories. So it's still fresh in there, what I'm doing. And And then our mastermind call, it wasn't just, oh, Diamond Mastermind or blah, 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 this. It was super specific. We're talking about running push groups to help our coaches pay for their kids' Christmas and build their business in the fourth quarter. Like, we are masterminding together to give that to our new coaches. That is something that people can relate to. That is something that people want. That is something that we're talking about anyways, but yet you just take that extra step and share it. Right? This was just a screen record. I went through our behind the scenes, our coach mentorship, the day that we were talking about personal development. I had my podcast on there. I had a video from the prep week group that we ran a long time ago in there. And then I had something else in there, and I just screen record through our personal development, because that's a big part of what we do, and I'm always doing it and I'm always talking about it. So it's an important part of the mentorship. And I did a lot of mentorship calls, but I don't even know what was happening here, but this is still my tribe. So sorry about, I'm not going to read the words out loud, but I do not apologize for being me in my stories. So I am PG on team calls. So this was a boomerang of me eating my lunch while kids were on iPads and doing school and trying to, actually, this was Elsie's birthday. And the day before Elsie's birthday, I was talking about how I was doing extra work and how I was sacrificing time away from the kids that were playing outside with Mark doing gym class so that I could get this work done, so that I could spend more time with her on her birthday. And so I was talking about the sacrifices that I'm making, that I'm willing to make, that I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy reruns when I started coaching. And guess what? Same people died on Grey's Anatomy, whether I watched it 3 times or not, but I've changed hundreds of lives in that time since. So just share. I think you guys are getting the gist, I hope, but I'm going to keep sharing some examples because why not, right? This was a power hour that I hopped on that live power hour. Don't know anybody on this team. Don't know anybody. I was like, yep, just ignore me, guys. Just here for the power hour. And there are my little lines, like, oh, look at me. But it's nice because I do get distracted and I am very squirrel. So what do? I don't just say, oh, showing up to do my work today. I say how it's helping me do my work and how it's nice to just get it done with other people. And I'm just adding that extra accountability and piece on there. And then this one was me talking about how even just putting together a simple Canva PDF, which I didn't even do, I had my assistant do. And if you can't do something, if there's something you can't do, we have 2 fabulous assistants that you can pay for $8 an hour. I will gladly pay someone $8 an hour to do a graphic or a thing for me. So if that's something that you seriously struggle with, delegate it. Don't let it stop you, because for $8 via Venmo or PayPal, like, your life could be changed. So, but technology is not my thing. And I don't even hide that. I'm like, whatever, you can still be a coach and not know how to do half the crap. April and I do it well. We struggle with different things. So here I'm talking about the sacrifices. And then that same night I was still working while Mark did bath time with the girls, only a few more emails and I'm ready for bedtime snuggles. And then I was standing in my kitchen eating like a flamingo and listening to our national wake-up call about building belief and confidence in yourself. So I'm being specific. So I'm eating, and that's so relatable. I'm standing in my kitchen eating on one leg. What mom doesn't do that? But while I was doing that, because I don't actually get to sit down and eat anywhere, I'm also listening about how I can build belief in myself and my business. This was just talking about all the growth and all the FOMO from the mentorship group. And literally in the middle of our mentorship call, this mama had to pause and potty train because her son hadn't gone number 2 in the toilet in like 3 days. And I took a video of it and I was going to share that, like, mom life, we get it, right? And it didn't save, but it was so funny. So I share that because that's the real. It's easy to do this business, but it's also easy to put off. Then this one, I was talking about the mentorship and what they get and what we were doing. So I got specific and broke it down. We walk you through how we share our journey with integrity and authenticity without being salesy. I talked about how we have 4 vital behaviors in our business. This is, I'm going out of order here, sorry. And adding a meal plan to my group, makeup, whatever that. Again, just details. Instead of just saying I'm doing the work, I'm sharing what work I'm doing. This was about the coach mentorship again. So I went through how we were breaking it down, that we were going through our vital behaviors, that we were talking about personal development, that we were talking about all of the things that we do first and foremost in our own personal journey, and then how we share that. And we're teaching them how to grow their social media, how to share on their stories, how to film their workouts, things that people don't know that aren't coaches. And then they also get a one-on-one mentorship call with me, and I'm devoting half an hour time, and that's why I'm limiting to 8 slots. And that also, because I was talking about 8 slots like all week in my stories, I was able to, which we'll talk about later, send invites that was like, hey, I have my last spot, or hey, I had someone drop out. I need to know today if you want this spot. So it allowed me to create a sense of urgency because I had limited the spots. And I also did that because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with too many mentorship calls, because that is something that sometimes I shy away from doing. So, and then when I announced my new coaches, boom, let me throw their objections at you. Instead of just, hey, new coach. Well, Lindsay has tried a few online businesses before, but she's got amazing results because 2 slides ago, I shared our mentorship call where she lost 35 pounds and had a boudoir shoot for her anniversary this year. And so we all cheered her on with that, and I shared these things. So there's Lindsay. And Jamie is a doctor of chiropractics, but she's not currently practicing, and she wants to be able to help more people. Aubrey is a mom of 5, homeschooling, and runs her own photography business. So yes, busy people can coach too. And this lady has already started building her team with friends who want to do this with her. So that, I'm going to stop sharing. So that was just some of my stories. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to do it. So I'm going to move on to, so the first Monday that I hopped on a power hour, some things are just fate, guys, or the big man, whatever, right? For all you God girls. And they were like, okay, it's Monday. We need to plan the week. And they said, so what are you inviting to right now? And I was like, all right, my coach mentorship. Because I was going to run that the next week, the following week. And so you need to think everything this week is going to be focused on that coach mentorship group. Like, that's the end game. So you need to talk about coaching. So let's think about coaching. Let's think about 5 to 10 ways that it has changed my life. Right? And those are going to be my posts for the week. And then my stories are going to be talking about that. So that's also going to be what I'm inviting to. So no one's going to be confused when they get an invitation for my mentorship. I'm not inviting for my boot camp right now. I'm not inviting to my new coach training right now. I am inviting to my mentorship because that's what I'm talking about. I don't want to confuse anyone because we tend to talk about a lot of things. So plan out your week. Just get a glance on Monday. What am I inviting to? How is my week going to look? Let me jot down some ideas of things if it's a challenge group. And this was an exercise in one of the power hours that I'm just going to share real quick. So they had me write a piece of paper and you fold it in 4s. And you write before challenge group and you wrote the kind of person you were. Get deep, ladies. And then you wrote after challenge group and what has changed. What have you gained? And then before coaching. Again, get deep. What were you struggling with? What kind of person were you? How were you feeling? And then after coaching. So you can refer back to this 4-piece of paper because it's both things, no matter what you're inviting to. So this just gives you a little like brain jump back to, okay, it's coaching week. Let me look at before, let me look at after. Let me think about what I'm going to talk about this week. So I did not plan my post out in the beginning of the week. However, I have been planning my post right after my power hour because it's fresh. I'm feeling it. I've just invited people. I've just talked to people about something that I love doing, and the passion is there. Instead of at 6 o'clock at night when I'm tired AF and my kids are crazy AF, and I'm like, I have to make a meaningful post? Like, no. So I've been doing it earlier, and I just send it to my husband in a Facebook Messenger. It's literally where I save all the things. He never checks it. So save it wherever you want, but craft the post right after you do your work. Craft your post right after you go live in your challenge group. Craft your post after you go live doing a training for your team page. Like, you craft your post when you are feeling the fire, because people need to feel the fire through you, right? If you're not in it when you're doing these things, then you are just a challenger going through the motions. And we know what that does. So when I was making my post, you guys can go back through. I'm not going to go through them. You can go back through. But the post that I made on the way home from the retreat is the first one of me in the water. And I shared my limiting belief. And I want to read part of that for you guys, even though you can go to read it. Maybe you were only meant to come this far. This has been my biggest limiting belief this year. And last night around the fire with my tribe, I let it burn. I cannot accept that God gave me these mountains to move alone. Even though I was surrounded by my tribe this weekend and felt so incredibly loved, I missed my girls, my tiny tribe. If I'm being honest, every time I take another trip without my tribe by my side, it gets harder and harder to reassure myself that they're out there. I have even questioned if I was really meant to do this, and that breaks my heart to even say, but it's true. Skip the next paragraph because meh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It gets me emotional. I am constantly looking for my next boss babe, my next sweary sister, the next life to change, my next mountain mover, and my fellow warrior, the women who have been through it and came out stronger. I am looking for women who are willing to show up and work for a better life because we've seen the hard. We're no stranger to fighting. I am no different than you. If anything, I'm a bit more effed up. So you're a good girl. I'm looking for my next tribe. I'm looking for my tribe of women who want to be here with me next year. My number one goal for 2021 is to help 6 women achieve what I have, not in the fitness. I'm tired of playing it small, and I'm tired of traveling as a team of one. I stated it on day 1, and that has been the fire behind everything that I'm doing. So when I share a post about religion and how I have always felt awkward around religious people, including my family, that I don't feel that way with these girls, that's huge. That's something that people can relate to because so many people are so pushy with things like that. The fact that we spent all that time with an election this close and politics, like, I didn't even talk about this, but politics was not brought up once. Like, hallelujah, can we get a place where we can talk about like good things, right? So just things like that, right? Or how did you feel seeing all those people on that trip and not being there? You don't have to be there to share what it did for you, how you're going to be there next year, right? All right, so I think I'm just gonna move. You guys can look at my posts. I'm not gonna go over that too much. Let's move on to invites. Finding my people. Are these people that I'm signing up right now brand new people? I had a coach reach out and ask me, and some yes, some no. So I'm even going to break that down for you a little bit. 2 people filled out a form randomly, and those 2 people, their application gave me chills. Like, they are my warrior women. And they found me because I started talking to them. Okay? A couple of them are challengers who are rock star challengers, a couple on this call. And I don't know, they can speak for themselves in the chat. I don't know if it was seeing me at the retreat or maybe the change in me after the way I'm sharing about this business, or maybe they just got sick and tired of watching me and doing all the things and not joining me. I don't know, but they're here and they're already on the call, like brand new working coaches of mine on a team call. Like, snaps for me. I'm sorry, guys. It's happening. And it's okay to be excited about that. Like today, I was talking in my stories, like, ooh, I can't even, like, I have actual babes that want to work this business with me. And that's swallowing my pride. That is so swallowing my pride, guys, because I've been a coach for how long now? And that took a lot for me to admit that I don't have a big team, that it's just me. Like, that took something. But if I didn't do it, I was always going to stay just me. Where I want to go, I can't get there alone. So this is the uncomfortable part. Admitting the growth that is going to happen, right? And some of these people, I sent out some voice messages asking if people wanted one of my spots, one of my limited spots in my mentorship program. These are people who have been watching me. One of them, holy crap, I had a mentorship call with this girl. And she's like, yeah, I've been showing my fiance, you guys' workout forever, trying to get him on board. I'm like, we have never talked about this ever. Like, talk to your people, right? And like, I had no idea. So some of them, and when I reached out to her and offered her a spot, she was so touched. She was like, wow, yes, like super excited, right? So don't hold this back from people, and don't be afraid to send the voice message and let them hear you and share like a little bit why. Like, I love the invite examples that they were giving, like, okay, pick out a little thing. Like, all right, I love Shakeology because it's an easy meal on the go. That's going to be your invite today. Like, you're going to pick some busy moms and you're going to be like, hey, so I know that life is getting crazy, but I don't know. Shakeology is a weird one. I don't really send invites to Shakeology. I don't know why I went that way. Scratch that. Reverse it. Just gonna keep going. So got off track. So where I find my people, and then how I keep track of them, and how I continue to connect to get to the invite. And then I think that's how we're gonna wrap it up, because I'm around 45 minutes here, close to. So first of all, the account, I can thank Maddie for this one, because she sent this account to me on Instagram, and it is now where I find my people. And it is at my favorite word, sober. So that is the name of the account. And it's my people. They obviously are okay with the F word and sober. And I told April that, and although it's not going to be a requirement for my tribe at all, I'm going to start really looking for my sober sisters, because if you can get yourself sober, you can build this business. Like, you can do hard things. And I think so many women discredit that as a weakness. And so I need to build more of them up and help them use their voice. So that is just also where I tend to find my tribe, right? So I go there and I find people one of two ways. I look in their followers, and then I scroll down only for women. I go to their page. If I don't follow anyone whose profile is private, I don't care. I don't care what their bio says. I don't follow private people. It has to be public. So if it's public, I look, and if I can genuinely scroll down and like 5 pictures, and I can find one to like genuinely comment on, I'll follow that person. And then I put them in one of 3 collections. Right now, I have September Friends, which will be October Friends. I have Sober Sisters, and I have My Tribe. So if I find somebody who I'm like, holy, this is like, yep, this is me. It's like looking in a mirror. They go in My Tribe. They go in My Tribe, and I'm going to talk to them like I've known them forever, because that's the kind of person I am. Yeah, you get to know me real quick. So whatever, right? So that is where those people go. Sober Sisters are, yeah, I'm feeling this, but I think I need to get to know this person a little bit better. They go in My Sober Sisters. September, October Friends, these are possible people. Like they're not somebody that I'm thinking, oh, I can't wait until I can invite them to coaching, but we could jive. We could probably like sit in a circle, if you know what I'm saying. Some people don't know what I'm saying, and that's okay. You do you. So that's how I am right now working my collections. And collections, I just shared a training on this, I think in the team page even. Michael Folson has a good one. You just use that little flag under their picture, you hold it down, and you can add them to a collection. So then when I'm doing my connecting part of that bat circle, I can add some new people, but then I go into my collections and I build those relationships. And the ones that I'm putting in My Tribe, it only takes like 2 messages before we're like, okay, join my team. Because I'm just like the vibe. Like they're even looking at my page and sending me messages with things like, did we just become best friends? Like they're saying that to me. So I know I'm finding my people because they go to my profile and instantly they know I'm their person. So try to find an account that speaks to you. If it's a makeup line, a purse line, a lash line, a dog, right? Like a store, like whatever it is, a baby. Just kidding. I saw it when somebody held a baby. Or I go to a post that I like on that page, and then I like one that I actually like think is funny. And I scroll down and I look through people who have commented on it. And then I find women who have commented, and I go to look at their page, and then I do the same thing. So I find people on that same page one of 2 ways. I go to their followers, and then I go to the people who are actively engaging on Instagram. And those people who are actively engaging on the account have been more likely the people that send me the messages like, are we best friends now? So I feel like that takes more time to go through the comments, but I'm finding tighter connections. So I hope some of this is helpful, any of this. All right, so invites, voice messages. I can't say it enough. Also, you got to keep the voice messages like short, and you won't sound like a run-on like broken record if you're sending a voice message, because you're not going to don't be like me, don't tell everybody your life story. I don't do that in voice messages. Just in live person. So here's a hard known fact. 2020 has been hard on everybody. It is super easy to do a mental health check-in and reach out and ask people how they're doing with virtual school, with juggling life, with anything, because here is the beauty about what we do, ladies. It is at the heart of everything that helps us. It is at the heart of everything that helps us be happy and healthy. If you are stressed, if you have depression, if you have anxiety, it's going to help. What we have helps. If you are struggling with anything, honestly, like it helps. I mean, I started like throwing out AA slogans in my challenge group today. I was like, it works if you work it. Just keep coming back. And I was like, oh my gosh. So like, I don't even know. I'm getting way off topic now, but let me see here. 2020. Oh yeah. So be genuine and reach out to these people, but just ask them, like, if you're afraid of inviting, start there. Start with 5 mental health check-ins, and then you should be feeling at a place where you feel good enough to invite someone. So start with 5 mental health check-ins, some connections, and then go to your invites. And again, you're inviting to whatever you're talking about. Nothing else. Nothing else. Not this week, right? And then your BAT. I cannot stress it enough. Use the app. Get obsessed. Find a pod and see. Okay, we were on a Diamond Mastermind call, and we said we were all going to share the BAT in the push group chat, and that maybe we were even going to race and see who was going to send it first. And I'm the only one who's been sending my BAT, but yet every day I keep sending it. So even if you're the only one, just do it. Check in with somebody, send it to somebody, stay accountable, get obsessed with filling in those dots on the calendar, not just like in the individual day. You can also use the notes section and write things if you need to write notes to remind you. And those power hours at 1:00, they've been awesome. Like, I share it in my stories, but also, guys, like, just getting in a frame of mind for an hour where I can just do my things, and someone else sets a timer, and then they even like throw up scripts and give you ideas and like fun tools and stuff, and it's always different. I've been on the 1:00 one like almost every day, and I don't know if I've seen the same person yet. So like they switch it up too on who runs the power hours. Yes, super helpful. So I think that's all I have. If there are any questions.
I just want to say, like, seriously, how proud I am of you. That, like, I just absolutely love seeing your stories and seeing, how focused on coaching and exactly who you're looking for you've been. And I've just seen such a change in you since the retreat, and it just makes me so happy. So I'm proud of you. This was such good information. So good. Thank you.
Melissa, I want to ask you a question. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say, every time I come home from an event, it doesn't matter what event it is, I'm always so fired up. Like, there's a reason why they're every couple months. There's a reason why they're spread out. Like, get to the events. And by the time that fire starts to like fizzle out, well, COVID, but the next one's coming up. So, all right, Casey, what's up?
I was going to ask, so what action tools or like, what are you telling your new coaches to do so they can start like putting in this action now instead of, having to go through a longer process? Like, just what are you doing differently to get them started right and get them attracting business builders too in their tribe?
So what I went through with all of my new coaches in my mentorship call this week was, you are going to make a list of 100 people, but your first 5 to 15 people are people that you already have a relationship with that you're just going to invite to join you off the bat, whether they want to build this business with you or save money on their products, because I don't have a problem with getting people to Emerald with discount coaches. It's just, I want them to build their business, of course. And so we're talking about, in our coach mentorship this week, we actually dove into, and I think I might run one of those every month. Maybe I'll do a live in the team page on how we ran that and what we did. Cause I kind of like threw it off the tip of our tongue. But I really like how it laid out. So we went through the 4 vital behaviors. We went through the 4 sections of the BAT this week in the coach mentorship and broke them all down. So we went through the stories and like how we share the stories, and how we talk about what we're doing. And then in the mentorship call, also, I told them, so they're asking those 5 to 15 people to join them right away. And they're picking 5 or 10 a day of the other people to start conversations with. So your first month of Success Club is going to be from those people who you already have a relationship with, your friends, family. Hopefully you get 2 of those to join you, 3 of those to join you. And then next month, you're going to have your transformation to share. And so you're going to share your transformation, and then people are going to join you that next month from your transformation. And then you're going to share that you've locked in 2 months of success starters, which means that you are so close to getting in an exclusive test group with a program that you've been doing that hasn't even been filmed yet. And that's how you're going to lock in Success Club month 3. And granted, new at this, but that's how I laid it out for them this week. And so I'm just going to continue to work in my team page with, are you doing your BAT? Send me your BAT, however completed it is, so I can see where you're good and where you're struggling. And then also, let's start showing, let's just really do like a behind the scenes in your stories. And so teaching them even like as simple as like, how do you film your workouts? I have a lot of, so I even have, when I started, I was not comfortable just having a regular video filming me work out. Like, so I really like the time lapse feature where you can do it super fast, so they don't see if I was only doing half the push-ups that Autumn was doing, or that if my form wasn't like on point, or if my shirt was messed up, because it goes super fast. So like, I also try to give them tips to make them more comfortable sharing the things. And then I do share in a lot of detail. So when I'm on the call with them, I'm like, you know how I share. What's your favorite thing about me? That I share my struggles. So same thing in the business. I'm sharing my struggles with technology. Did it right before this call. And so I think I'm just going to continue to do the whole, like, I'm really good with my girls in my challenge group of, this is what I'm doing, this is what you should be doing too, and this is why I do it. And so I'm just trying to also apply that to my business. I don't know if I really answered your question.
No, yeah, you did. And I think that's really helpful too. Kind of like, it kind of gives them a timeline almost of like what to expect, but it almost kind of sets them up, because the first few months, like, your business is going to be built on discount coaches. But then by that 3rd month, when you're getting all these perks, like if you get Success Starter, you get the test group, you get the recognition for that, you're obviously hitting Success Club. So you're getting the Success Club prizes, you're moving forward like closer to the Success Club trips. Then you start really showing people like what the business looks like, and that's when it can really take off for people. So I think that's actually a really good idea.
And I'm also telling them in their first transformation, I told them, pick a 3-week program so that you have that transformation, off the bat to share. And all my people who follow me know, you don't need a super impressive physical transformation for it to make a difference, because I lose weight like slower than molasses. So, and my people know this, and they are still inspired and things. So I'm telling them, we're going to focus on, are you having less mental breakdowns? Do you feel better? Do you have more energy? And the moms are like, yeah, give me that. I'll take that over losing the weight. So even telling them from the beginning what to be thinking about, what to be expecting to share. I'm just reading the comments if anybody has anything else to say. I love all the snaps. It's our new thing. Snaps.
In the team teach or the chat, sorry, but guys, go look at Beachbody Champions. I linked the group here. Make sure you're in there. Honestly, every single day they usually have something, or like the other day, Melissa missed the 1:00 power hour. So she's like, I'm just going to find one of Beachbody Champions, and they record it live. So you're literally like watching and listening as they're going through and doing that. There's like the best of the best. They choose to go live in there or do trainings in there. So go take a look at that. So 1 p.m. Eastern time, there's a training. A 6-star diamond, Carly, is talking about attracting like-minded leaders and creating FOMO in the biz. So kind of very similar to kind of what we talked about tonight. Also, I just got confirmation that I can never say this. 30-day breakaway. Idalit. Please. I can't. Like, it will not come out of my mouth. Somebody tell me.
Dallas.
Hey, Dallas.
Okay. All right. I got it then. So she will be hosting a call, and our team is welcome to join. Every time there's a launch, corporate is like, hey, who needs a time for a slot for your team? And so we are October 5th at 6:15 p.m. Eastern time. That's 3 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know why I just did that backwards. 5:15 p.m. Central Time. So we have such a big team now that we're trying to do better at share all the time zones, because time zones can be hard. But so learn that how your time zone is affected by Eastern time, and make sure that you're taking a look. Like, I know Heather is Central, so a lot of times she posts in Central. So just make sure that you're being very mindful of that anytime we post things. So yeah, mark your calendar. I don't think I put that on the October calendar that yet, because I just heard back tonight. So 6:15 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, we will be having a call corporate sets up with her. And so that would be really great. So, yeah. Oh, Arizona isn't Pacific time, is it? Oh.
So they don't do daylight savings time. So half the year I'm gonna be 3 hours from you, and then half the year I'll be 2.
Oh, that's fun.
That's gonna be really confusing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but I'm excited for you. So this was so good. I am so tired. I know you guys are tired. We're gonna cut this. What, Melissa? You were like, unmute, and then you muted.
So, I mean, I'm going to say this before I stop the recording. We're going to take a picture. What are you going to say about this picture? I don't want to just see team call, love my ladies. We know you love us. We know. Why? Why do you love us? Why do you show up on a Thursday night on a Zoom call? Right? So start thinking about that. And I would love to see, everybody has a different reason. Everybody has a different reason and a different way that tonight impacted them or this business impacts them. So think about that. Every time you take one of these, it has something behind it. What do you want other people to gain? Okay, are we good to stop?